I know my funeral gon' be lit, cause how I treated people. I don't wanna go, I don't wanna.
Welcome to another week of the State of Black Music Podcast. Hey, what's up, guys?
What up?
Hot as hell outside.
It's so damn hot.
It's so hot.
Billionaires in here staying cool inside of the Weirdo Workshop in the building.
Claude Kelly is also here staying cool at the Weirdo Workshop.
Chuck Harmony is always cool. At the Weirdo Workshop.
And Tamone Bacon from Bacon
Bacon from Bacon
is glad he's in some AC.
You feel what I'm saying to you?
Yeah, man. How y'all feeling? Y'all been dancing lately? Y'all feeling good?
I've been dancing.
I've been dancing literally on the ride here. I was just vibing off the Drake project in the ride in here.
Yeah.
See, dance is back, baby.
When it first came out, people was giving that Drake project. They was giving hell about it. I'm like, what are y'all talking about? This is great music right here. You know what I'm saying? Drake don't lose like that.
What he says, he's like, if you don't get it, you will. Give it a week, you will.
Yeah, he's Mr. International now. Like he got to step out of other places. You know what I'm saying? He got to do other things.
But I mean, the conversation is clearly dance music, house music.
It's a house summer.
It's a house summer.
State of Black music.
Oh, baby, you won't break my soul. 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 I tell everybody.
Definitely like what the Queen.
Yeah.
Release Your Wiggle. You know what I'm saying? Queen B is doing.
I heard it on the radio yesterday, and I was like, yo, house music is on the radio again.
Yeah. That's big.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, house music is they're saying house music ain't never left the radio. Now they're just claiming it as house music.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I would like to say that the four of us were way ahead of the game, because clearly we've been talking about house music for quite some time now, and its importance and how it should be getting a lot more praise, especially from the black creators of house music, right?
Yeah.
It definitely cuts through. Like, to hear "Break My Soul," and then I think SZA came on after that, The Weeknd, and then before that it was her record that was like super sleepy. So it was like, you know, it was good to kind of hear that change. Yeah, man.
Somebody need to cut through the
melancholy,
the depression of it all.
It feels good. Break My Soul. And so what, Dream and Tricky did that record, right?
Yeah, man. Shout out
She went
Tricky.
back to the source.
Yes. That's
what I love. You know what I'm saying? It just brings me so much joy when artists remember who gave them classics,
right,
and go back. You know what I'm saying? Because Dream and Beyonce, they gave us some of the best songs of our generation.
And Tricky, yep.
And Mr. Tricky.
And Mr. Tricky. I'm really excited for it. I mean, not that they need they need a hit, but Dream and Tricky, man, like, they've been doing it a long time. I think they're both slept on individually together for their catalog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But Tricky don't miss.
I remember Dream all the way
Dream don't
back
miss.
in like the 90s when he was doing all of those like Miami-based records. / we called it booty music when
Dream he been in the game since the 90s?
Yeah, like he was on he might have been on a Raheem a Dream record, or it was one of those like So Def bass All-Stars-esque type records.
Dream?
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Terry Nash?
I have to look it up, but he was on.
Wow.
Yeah. A-Town Players, like that whole era of like.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's a long career.
I did not know that. I was today years old.
But it's fresh though. I'm loving just this whole house sound is entering the market. I can't wait to hear the rest of Beyonce's new album, Renaissance.
100%.
Act 1.
A rumor has it might be a double disc or a triple disc.
It's a trilogy. Rumor has it. I hate when Phil makes that face when he be knowing stuff but no one to say it.
You know, there's NDAs out here. You know what I mean?
Phil be like, I never knew.
I just never knew.
Nah, but I mean, I'm excited about it too, because I feel like beyond just even the quality of the record, which I think is dope, I like that Beyonce brings excitement.
Right.
You're waiting for it to drop. You're waiting for we're waiting for the video. We're waiting for the whole thing because you know it's going to be a spectacle.
And it all comes from the fact that she's not following trends. She making them. The same thing with Drake. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And with established artists, that's important to move music forward. Like, if you can't be following the trends if you're already established. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
True.
And now we about to get probably like 50 more house records from everybody.
Please don't.
But the thing about
I would ask everybody not to do that.
State of black music.
But I'm happy that "Break My Soul" was her first #1 on Billboard's Hot Dance charts. This is her
That's
first.
her first ever?
First,
Wow.
Yeah, first one.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
Yeah,
She having her first.
yeah.
still.
Hot
Still
Dance
having
electronic
first.
songs chart. First #1.
Still
Come
having
on,
her
man.
first, man.
That's a moment for music.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. You won't break my soul. You know what I'm saying?
And shout out Big Frida. Big Frida just be everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Frida.
I love Big Frida.
Now Frida's having an epic career.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Frida.
You already know.
she wasn't even like when that reality show was out. She wasn't even as popping as she is now. Bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She was like.
You
I
already know.
watched every episode of Big Frida.
Sorry.
We say that all the time.
Big Frida's on the new season of College Hill.
I still need
On
to get
BT,
into
right?
that.
Yeah, on BT Plus. Yeah.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
haven't watched it, but I mean, like, Frida.
We just saw her somewhere else too, right?
In New Orleans. What from New Orleans? Was Frida at Essence?
No, she was on some TV.
Hello, P Valley.
Oh, P Valley.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure was. Yeah.
P Valley.
Frida everywhere.
Release your anger, release your mind, release your job, release the time, release your trade, release the stress, release the love, forget the rest.
State of black music.
Speaking of Essence and P Valley, Chuck and I just came from New Orleans.
How was it? How was New Orleans? New Orleans.
Hot.
It was hot. You think this is hot? It's
This is
hot.
hot. All right.
It rained a lot though.
It did rain. It rained every day. But I will say this: Chuck and I went down. We haven't been down there since 2018 or 19 when we performed.
Mm-hmm.
But the Shondells were performing in the convention center, and they killed it. So we went down to
Of course.
make sure the ladies were well taken care of, and we had to play bodyguard and Big Brother, and there's a lot going on
I
down
was gonna
there.
say, you guys were security?
Yeah,
pretty
it was-
much.
It was security.
Wow.
Because when I tell you, like, as soon as they walk in a room, because they're a girl group, and everyone's like, who are you? Let me take a photo with you. Instantly, and then, you know, the guys know how to act, and they get fans everywhere. It was we definitely played bodyguard for the weekend. I don't mind, but it was also cool to see the reaction. But also we just moved around and met a lot of people and saw a lot of things. So besides their performance, we went to this panel, like Saturday, I think.
Yeah.
Someplace in New Orleans. You know how they have things all over downtown, and it was a panel with the whole cast of P Valley.
Down in the valley where the girls get naked. If you throwing bands, then you know she gon' shake it. 1, 2, break 'em. 3, 4, rake 'em.
These niggas grind hard, but these bitches grind harder. Climbing up the pole just to get out the bottom. The crowd.
So we walked in there like right on time for the panel, like right as it was happening, and it was. I wish I knew forgive me for not knowing the actors' full name. I'm gonna call the character names, but it was
Lil
Murda,
Mississippi,
Mercedes, Haley.
Yeah.
What was Roulette, Uncle Clifford,
yeah.
and Katori Hall. They were all there, and it was just, you know. Listen, we all do panels all the time. We've been on panels and we go to them. So I'm not really. A lot of times I don't get excited about that stuff. I don't even tune into it.
Yeah.
But it was a really good panel.
It really was.
Like, just to see how hard they've been, how long it's been. A lot of them cried on stage, just talking
lot
about
of them.
Wow.
about how passionate they were about, you know, the importance of the message and how hard they worked. Because the whole thing, like everything from the physicality of what they're doing on the poles and all that stuff to the storylines they're talking about. It's heavy stuff.
And what was so refreshing is that you can tell that each one of the characters knew what they were bringing to the marketplace and knew the historical value of their content, which made it more intentional. It's not just a show that draws people in, because a lot of content draws in, if we're to be honest. But it's so intentional with, so shout out to Katori Hall, because she's really writing. She writing something for us.
Yeah,
like
for
she
the
writing
times.
something for us.
I really wish that conversation, like I want to see that conversation, but I more so want other people to see conversation with context, because I feel like with P-Valley, unfortunately, because of the name of the show and because, you know, there's a lot of sexual content, people are kind of letting that be a reason why they might not watch, they're not wanting to go beyond that scope. And I had a conversation with someone recently where they was like, I don't like the show, it's just too much going on. And I'm just like, you have to look past what the trailer is showing you. Like, there's a lot of deep rooted conversations that could be had off of what's happening on that show.
Plus now we see sex all the time.
It's
So I don't even know what people be talking about.
We know what it really is.
It's homophobia.
Yeah, that's all it is.
It's homophobia. It's closed-mindedness. That's always the case. But the thing about it is, like, they're playing the game, right? Like, a part of a show that big is that you have to have shock value, you have to have sex, you have to have some violence, you have to have some honesty. It has to be a good show with great acting too, right? Yeah. It's no different than like the obsession with Game of Thrones. When I was obsessed with Game of Thrones, there was a lot of nudity in Game of Thrones, a lot of crazy, gory shit in that show. Yeah. So
sex sells.
It sells, but also let's not complain. The sex is gonna be there, but there's also some really amazing writing. The music is crazy.
Music is crazy.
And amazing acting. Like, come on, man.
The acting is nuts.
Like, Lil Murda is an artist to me, you know what I'm saying? And I'm a music purist, but this guy is like really playing the role, and his music is good. Like, shout out to these hits he keep dropping every episode. every episode he got a hit.
Every episode is a hit.
Yes.
J Alphonse Nicholson.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. At the end of the panel, they close with, when I make it up out this bitch, I'm gonna be hella rich. And he was performing, and I'm looking at him like, I'm watching him like, yo, he's really an artist. Like,
man.
He wasn't an actor, just listen, he was performing it like it was his song. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
And then to watch them be so passionate about it made me more of a fan, because I would have watched the show either. I'm not starstruck by people, but watching them be passionate about it and then watching them talk to the audience really ate it up too.
What's the last show that was this kind of cultural moment for us?
But it was really a cultural moment.
Was it Insecure?
Probably Insecure.
Yeah, that's good. I would say Insecure.
Yeah,
Insecure.
Definitely.
Keep it kill.
Oh no! Don't do that.
Oh my God!
Oh no!
Definitely keeping P-Valley.
Oh man!
I will say I have no idea what the hell Nikki from Brownstone is talking about, because I will say it. I know some won't say it, but you're off base, lady.
I don't know who that is.
I heard it through the grapevine.
That's a song?
I by accident, and here's the crazy part, is like everyone's talking about how she's comparing it to Soul Kittens Cabaret,
which is absurd.
Me and Chuck accidentally saw Soul Kittens Cabaret.
Where did we see that at?
It might have been like just came on demand or something after another movie.
Oh yeah.
You should really check it on demand.
And it's quite terrible in every way, shape, and form. And I'm insulted that she compare it to P-Valley.
And some of our favorite people are in.
I love Faith Fantasia. They're all in there.
Yeah.
Monifa, right?
Is Monifa?
That ain't got nothing to do with their talent and their records and the records we provided for some of them as well. But that play and the production of that play is awful.
So you see no correlation to Soul Kittens Cabaret and P-Valley?
No. Also the point that the actor who plays Uncle Clifford, he said on the panel that
P-Valley used to be a play as well.
And he's been that character the whole time.
Wow.
So even if you thought they bit your shit, it's so much better. You should be grateful.
Didn't they also say that P-Valley is a real place?
It's a real place.
Yeah. But it's in Memphis, right?
They changed the name of the city, but it's in Memphis. And a lot of the stuff she was talking about, like our references to real things that go down in that area with strip clubs and culture and black culture and church and all this stuff. Anyway, shout out to P-Valley.
Shout out to P-Valley. I want to shout out the music supervisors. For the first 3 seasons, you had Sarah Bromberg, Stephanie Diaz-Matos, and Miles Cohen. So they are the music supervisors. I just want to acknowledge.
Music is spot on.
Yeah. Spot on. Thank you.
When I make it up out the bit, I'm be stupid rich. I'm blow whole damn bag. Pushed up brand new jag. When I make it up out the bit, I'ma go stupid dog. I'm spend stupid money. Coming up out the mud.
State of black music.
Every original and every sync is just premium.
Because my back was in there, and I was thrilled.
Was you thrilled?
Shout out to Kaya.
Shout out to Kaya.
Kaya Shimon.
That's my sister in my head, Kaya.
Man, that was the right song to open up with. Let me tell you.
My neck, my back, lick my pussy and
You know what I'm saying? So when people get it right, it makes me excited, and then everything is right.
Great show. Great show.
I love to get Kaya on the podcast.
I would love Kaya.
Did she ever get her phone back on?
Oh man.
God. Fix it.
Her phone was off in the episode. Y'all remember like the episode? It was like her phone was disconnected.
Yes.
Kaya got joints though.
Yeah.
Kaya got joints. I think she just dropped a new song, right? The Shindella sent us the new Kaya song of the day. She got a new song. What's it called?
I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
But that K-Wing still hits.
Because I want to play the new Kaya, because y'all deserve it.
You got a K-Wing with it, just move your back. Move the shoulder from the right, then to the left.
Come on, Tamone.
I like Kaya, man.
It's called Lick Me Low.
Lick me low.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, please don't.
I would not lie to you.
Press play and put it up to your mic.
You probably Lick Me Low.
Lick me low.
Let me see if Lick Me Low will play, because y'all trying to...
Come on, man.
Y'all trying to act like Lick Me Low
That
is not
sounds
real.
like a Kaya
Lick me
record,
low.
man.
You know what would be a good combination in the studio?
What?
Is Kaya and Missy Elliott. They would make a hood classic,
they did
bro.
Didn't
They did something together?
No, hold on. Correct me if I'm wrong though, right? Wasn't there a whole beef with the record Kaya was on with Janet Jackson?
Are they beefing?
So chances are,
never mind.
Chances are Missy's rolling with Jan. Chances are she chooses Jan.
Yeah, I think she was mad because Janet put her on the TV screen in the video.
Yeah, she wasn't in the video.
Oh.
Janet was like, I don't want her in the studio with
And
you.
Janet went to promote the song and didn't invite Kaya to perform it nowhere.
She's too raunchy, Randy. She's too raunchy. I don't want her in the video with me. No. She can be in the screen.
Hey, Claude, you gotta chill out, bro.
It's too raunchy. Randy.
Why gotta be Randy?
Because Randy's always with her.
Poor Randy.
I feel like Doug's talking to Randy.
Randy always getting the short end, man.
It's like, shut up, Randy.
Did you see that clip online where Michael Jackson snatched the mic out of Randy's hand? Like,
No.
that's so funny.
I didn't see this.
Oh my God.
He not only snatched it because Randy tried to step up and sing him. He not only snatched the mic, but he pushed his ass back in place. He's like, you know where you belong, motherfucker.
Oh, God.
Oh man,
That shit was crazy.
We needed more humanized moments from Michael Jackson like that.
See, if the internet was out, we'd have had them all. We'd have had too many.
Yeah, too many.
Michael Prince and Whitney would have been a rap had the internet been out back in the day, because the clips that we have of them right now are still funny. That would have been rich.
State of black music.
Speaking of dance and house, right? Like I said, I think we've been ahead of the curve. We had a dope conversation with a Cece.
Cece Peniston.
Not whining. What's your favorite Cece? Keep her kid. Oh man.
Yo, you remember that? I mean, that was a few years ago on our podcast.
Yeah.
We Sound Crazy. Check it out. Still on
Yes.
platforms now. But yeah, that was a great conversation.
Yeah.
And a great episode as a whole.
Yeah, it dropped a lot of jewels, man. So I feel like in honor of the topic of the hour, of the day, of the week, of the month, of the summer, house music, right?
Yeah, man.
We should let y'all back in on that conversation, because Cece Peniston was dropping jewels and history and knowledge.
Yeah, finally, it has happened to me.
Nah, but the thing about it is that people don't really get the history of house, right?
They don't.
Yeah.
So just talking to one of the OGs, one of the pioneers, who I think probably has been sampled and used it respectfully. And probably the most, because finally gets used all the time. Her voice is everywhere.
But y'all broke it down too on the episode. I mean, guys, y'all broke down the history of just house and dance and the backstory as well.
Just making sure that people know that Chicago is the birthplace,
right,
of house music.
Black folk.
Just making sure that people know that black folks are the start, just like we are with pretty much every day.
We did that.
So let's check out this rewind episode to our podcast, We Sound Crazy.
Yes.
Yeah. Available on all platforms. But let's throw it back to the house dance episode. Cece Peniston in the building.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Hey, what's going on with y'all?
What's up?
Cece, welcome to the We Sound Crazy podcast. You got your boy Billionaire here, Chuck Harmony, Claude Kelly, and Tamone Bacon. So you're the only lady of the hour. You're the only lady up here. Yeah, you're the queen this episode.
Good.
What up, CC?
So Cece, we on our dance house vibe this episode and highlight all the amazing Black artists who really just have made some amazing songs. And I mean, you had 5 #1 hits on the dance charts on Billboard.
5.
Man, I'm so blessed to have had that. You know what's funny is like when I first started out with Finally, right, I had no idea because Finally was a poem that turned into a song that turned into a career. I always tell people, right? Wow. And I was so surprised at how it went so quick. 1 minute I was home with these little red glasses on and recording Finally. And then it was like, hey, you about to go to Europe. I was like, what happened? They were like, you're about to be out the door. And so then it was like it hit the charts. And next thing you know, I'm walking down the street in New York City and people are like, yo, Cece. And I'm like, wait a minute, how they know me? Like out of all these people walking in the street. So definitely a beautiful experience.
So take us back finally. Like, so it was a poem that turned into a song. Like, how did that come about? Like just A&M Records. Take us back to that year.
So basically it was like I had just gotten I had done a couple of studio sessions. I had done one with Marvelous JC, right? He was my first time in the studio. It was called Give It All You Got. From there, I met with Felipe. In fact, we were sitting down in one of the clubs and he was like, yo, I got these songs for you that I want you to do for Pooch. She was on A&M at the time, rapper on A&M. And I was like, Dad, what you want me to do? He was like, I had a song called I Like It. Kicking the Blues and Female Preacher. And I Like It and Give It All You Got is where that where all that came out. Mm-hmm. And they were like, how you come up with that? I said, shit, forget the words. I said, forgot the words. And that came about, you know? And then they said, wait a minute. What was that little thing that you did? I said, why, you like it? They said, yeah, do it again. I said, well, shit, let's go. I love it too.
First, I just want to say I'm bugging right now because like hearing you speak right now is taking me back to like 91, 92 when I was like 4 and 5 years old watching BET and seeing, you know, We Gotta Love Thing and Finally and Inside That I Cried and Keep On Walking and all those records that you had out back then. Like this is just a true honor to even talk to you. But what was it like back then just in that era of you and Crystal Waters and Robin S. and Inner City and just like all these different groups and artists that really help to define and really take the genre of dance music to the next level and being Black at the same time.
Thank you so much for the compliment. And, you know, in the 90s, I would have to say, you know, what's changed from then to now is then you had Mystique.
Yeah.
Like now everybody's like, look, we don't know your ass. If you don't post every day, then we don't know who the hell you are. Then we don't care.
Right.
And that's how it is now. Then it was like, we got to rush home and hurry up and see the next video that's about to come up. Right. Yo, so-and-so about to have the video on VH1 and MTV. You know what I'm saying? We had real videos. Like, Finally was $1 million budget.
Wow.
You know what I mean? When it came out. And so now people are more like going viral or, you know, or just, you know, they have a smaller budget where the video doesn't matter or they're doing it on Instagram or YouTube. They're their own kind of like record company type thing. You had more publicists. You had, you know, the touring was different. It was just a lot of record sales. Record sales instead of streaming, we had actual sales. Remember, we had to get the whole damn album. He was like, nope, you don't get one song.
Right.
Get the whole damn album.
Right.
So right now, I think those are the biggest differences where you had to pay for music. Now it's about streaming and whatever distribution that is, and you can be the record company.
Because you were 21 at the time when Finally came out, Cece. Like, did you know you were on the cusp of something so big and so massive?
You know what I did, but shit, I'm still 21, okay? In my mind. Okay, I'm about around 39, okay? Just so you know. But I had no idea that it was going to go to that degree. I can just tell you, like, they hit me up and they were like, well, you went you know, you've been on the charts for 33 weeks out of 52 weeks and your song is on Billboard and you made it. And I'm sitting here like, okay. They're like, you don't have no response? I was like, I don't know how to respond. I'm like a newbie in the business. Like, I didn't know how hard it was till I realized how hard it was later in the game for so long, how hard it is to get to Billboard and how people love your song to get to top 5 or number 1 or top 10. You know, having 5 top 10s.
State of Black music.
Look what we got.
Cece, I want to go back to the Finally albums. The second single, We Gotta Love Thing.
Uh-huh.
Co-written by Shantae Savage, which I was today years old when I didn't know Shantae co-wrote that song. Timon was like, yeah, like I knew, of course. Like, but We Gotta Love Thing, I love that song. That was another massive, I mean, the follow-up, that was a big record. What do you remember about We Gotta Love Thing?
I remember being in the studio. I was with Steve So Curly, right? We had heard that song on, like, you know, at the time, you know, they were giving us cassettes and they were like, this is, you know, a possible submission for the album, right? And I heard it and I was like, oh, I love this song. I said, this feels like the greatest follow-up to Finally, because I was like, happy I got a record deal, happy them checks was coming. I was like, yes. So, you know, when I was in the studio, it was funny because the highest note that I had, the hook, right? I couldn't get the hook together. And so Steve was like, sing it like this. So Steve is a master, I'm going to tell you, at, you know, directing you in the studio. I was actually in there crying on my tippy toes because I couldn't hit the note. I was like, I can't hit it. And Donnell and Shantae was like, get your shit together, son. No, they weren't that hard with me. But anyway. They were like, hey, you can do this. Go ahead and do it. They were like, so sing it like this. So Steve was like, instead of saying better, Cece, say better, right? And I was like, bitter? He was like, yeah. So instead of saying, so here's the example. Instead of saying, I know that I will find a better love. Right? He said, say better, right? Say, I know that I will find a better love.
Wow.
So by the time I hit the note, then I was able to go. And I was like, oh, I see what you're saying. I kind of do like wordplay. So he's one of those people, when I tell you, that taught me about wordplay.
That's awesome.
He gave me some real extra tips that I use even to this day.
That's awesome.
There's a vocal masterclass happening right now. I want our listeners to know that you're getting.
Let's get on the platform, Phil. You already know.
This is crazy.
So let me ask you this. So after you say that line, I know we'll find a better love, and then you go da 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 da. Like, what are you actually saying right there? Because all these years I've just been like mumbling to that part.
So it says, I know that I won't find a better love. I've got a love that other girls dream of.
See, I never even knew that.
Yeah, I've got a love that other girls dream of. So I'm going to let y'all know, I've been accused of like pronouncing my words like really weird sometimes. And I'm like, I get it, but that's me. That's what makes me me.
It's what makes you you.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love that.
We love it.
State of Black music.
Earlier when we were talking about We Gotta Love Thing, you kind of touched on Steve Silk Hurley. And I just happen to think he's one of the best like house music, dance music producers like ever to walk this earth. And then maybe about 3 or 4 years ago, you guys put out a song called He Loves Me Too that I think is like a banger.
Under no circumstance will they make me doubt my man.
But just talk about your relationship with Steve Silk Hurley and just how he's been such a pivotal part of house music, dance music.
Absolutely. I think Steve started off in dance music with Jack Your Body. Who doesn't know that?
Yeah,
if you're a house head and you don't jack your body, you get your whole house car revoked.
That's
I'm just
classic.
saying.
Yeah.
Period. So, he started off with them, and then he had Jamonda, remember? And he had, too blind to see it, too blind to see what you were doing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That was one of my faves. I remember I was working out to that in Spain with like a workout bra and some hot shorts.
I just watched that video the other day.
And then he had Deborah. Remember, I think I'm gonna have to dream about you.
Yeah,
right?
Yes.
And then he had done Keep On Walking for me. He did Not Over You for me. He did the dance version of Not Over You for me. He did We Got a Love Thing. I mean, he's done so many bodies of work. He Loves Me Too. And one of the drag queens that was on my page that when the girls in the LGBT community, they do my songs and they pay me homage, and I had to give it back to her. And there was one that was on my page, a post on my page, right? And her name is Giselle Barbie Royal. When I tell you she turned the party out, I mean, she did the part where I did the high note, right? And then she had her boobies like flexing. When I was like, I say, yeah, oh, and the boobs was going back and forth. They was like, come through. They were like, come through, hunty.
State of black music.
The house community, the LGBT community has definitely, they embraced me as soon as I came out in 91 with Finally, and then Love Thing, and then, Keep On Walking came after that.
Yeah.
Which is where kind of the R&B folks got involved. They was like, wait a minute. Now let me go back. And it was like, oh, that bass line on Finally, I like that.
Yeah.
So that's where kind of like the R&B community came in, I think, like on the third single.
That Keep On Walking.
Keep On Walking is a jam. Jammy jam.
CC.
When Keep On Walking came out, right, I thought it was the woman's empowerment song. It was the perfect breakup song for people. And they were like, yo, me and my man broke up, and this is how I'm feeling right now. And whenever I woke up with an attitude, that's what I would want to sing.
State of black music.
We've been talking a lot about just how influential what we're calling black house music has been to all parts of a culture. I mean, definitely in America, but all over the world. Not only just the songs, but the imaging, the lifestyle, the everything that it's been attached to, the inspiration, the anthems that it's created. So I just love for you to talk about, in your opinion, how important that this genre of music is, this era of music is, because I definitely feel like it's under-celebrated for its value.
I feel the same way as you, because I feel like there's so many memories created. I remember people like skating around when the music is out, right? I remember people, like I said, you had the mom and pop stores. That's when you really had to go into record stores and buy albums, and you had signings and you had photo shoots with magazines, and everything's become digital now. And, it's like now we have Instagram, and then we had magazines that you actually had to go look. Like I could have a costume back then, right? I could wear it in Florida, go to New York, go to someplace else. Now it's like, yeah, we saw you in that last night.
So you can't ever wear it again, right?
Damn. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's so many changes. I think that people don't understand that there's memories that have been created from the heart. You'd be like, dang, I remember when I met so-and-so, I was at blah, 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 blah. And I think now everything is so crazy, and you had to be special to get a record deal. It's not everybody had a record deal during that time. It was like, yo, I got signed. They'd be like, what? You got signed to a record deal? It's like now the beautiful thing is you can be the record company. You can own your own checks. But I think there was some exclusivity during that time to be able to have a record deal and have, you know what I'm saying, the world look at you differently. So there's good and bad to both.
Yeah.
I feel like streaming and the internet really killed the game, to be honest with you. When it felt like artists had to now, like, they're getting music for free. I'm like, what happened?
Right.
Like, we went in the studio and recorded the damn record. Like, the thing that people that don't understand is, like, and people who have looked on my feed are probably like, why is she yelling? I said, you don't understand that Finally has paid my bills for 30 years.
Yeah. Wow.
Finally has been on over 5,000 compilations. Finally has already been put out on 3 licenses just this year. I don't know all the TV licenses because I'm sure you saw my feed, and we'll leave that where that's at. But Joyner Lucas and Chris Brown.
Finally, I can fly and be free and be me. You do you, I'll do me. I don't mind it. No, no. Finally.
Parks and Lady Gaga, who perform on her tour finally. And Adele used my song in the opening of her tour. And, you know, Travis Scott and DJ Mustard did finally. So there's definitely some, I think, relevance to artists who have provided to the game, me being thankful and being one of those artists. But the game has changed drastically.
So where do you think the game goes from here, in your opinion?
You have to learn not to be mad. You have to learn that there's more in you than what you had. And I think that's the thing for me. At first, I was disappointed and upset about it. I'm like, why does this keep happening? Now I'm just informational. Just for your information, this is what it is. When you thought I was being difficult, I wasn't being difficult. This has been addressed. And you have to understand that even in times right now, like I said, things are acquired. So if you're used to working and you're relying on your royalties or different things, you expect what's fair to you to come to you. So it's that thing. And then, hey, if God gave you a voice, you can create more. Whatever. Move on, create more, reinvent yourself, re-release music yourself. What they going to do? Get you for re-releasing your own music?
True.
I mean, for real.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like you make up a whole album of the music other people did on you. They're like, wait a minute, you can't put that out. Be like, well, like you did?
Right.
Right, exactly.
State of black music.
Now, especially that most artists are leaning, well, not most, but many artists are leaning into being independent. You learn quickly that wearing all the hats is rewarding, but you understand the balance of this business. It's managing yourself and your expectations. And
yeah, I think, you really do. And I'm telling you, when I got to experience it firsthand, I was like, well, this is why the hell everybody was going off. Yeah. But then what I had realized also in my favor, just so you know, I was recouped by 97 on Finally.
Wow.
I was recouped.
Could you say the word recoupment again? Recoupment. That is no, and I want to celebrate that because a lot of artists that are signed to major labels are not recouped. Recoupment is basically you're getting money. You're in the black. For all of our listeners that don't understand what recoupment means, but to say that you're recouped off of just finally years later, that's amazing, Cece.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you. And this is the reason why you see certain posts, because I know what I'm supposed to be receiving. And if I'm not receiving what I'm supposed to receive, then I have to just say something about it in a way where people understand.
State of black music.
Sometimes people have a perception that people just come out with a song, especially in dance music, like, hey, we have a couple of hits and then you don't see the artist anymore. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm very intent on letting you know I'm not just dance. I'm not just R&B. I'm not just ballads. I'm just me.
Yeah, I love that.
Like even where I'm at right now, I know this is probably going to sound crazy, but I feel younger now than when I was younger. I think when I got into the music business, I was always very mature. I had done pageants and been out there. And so when people heard me, it was like, she's got an old soul. So I ended up actually learning a lot of the lessons that I wanted to learn as I got older. And I learned to be lighter and not to take life so seriously.
State of black music.
Cece, what are you listening to right now?
What am I listening to? You know what? I listen to so many different type of things. I have a whole list called Pillow Talk that I listen to with Summer Walker. And just so you know, I don't always listen to just new music. I just listen to good music. I listen to opera. I listen to jazz. I listen to, reggae. I listen to R&B. Like, I'm one of those people who's well-rounded in music.
I can hear that in your voice.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Thank you. I love music. I feel like it's the healing to the soul for me. It makes me feel good. One day I might be riding by it. I'll be like, I want to listen to some Donnell Jones.
Say what, say what, say what. You know that I like it, baby. Ooh, girl, you know what's up.
I want to listen to, some Nina Simone. I want to listen to some Pavarotti. I don't have a box. I listen to what feels good to me.
That's good to know and good for people to hear. Mm-hmm. You can be all those things, just like Cece Peniston.
State of black music.
Cece, I just want to thank you. When you're in Nashville, please come holler at us, man. We'd love to have you sitting here on the couch with us and just going further, but
cutting up.
Yeah, cutting up.
You already know I will come in there and we will have fun. I haven't been to Nashville in a while. The last time I was there was for my Unsung series that I had, and I love Nashville. Such a creative area to be at, especially for people who do music. So definitely in the right place. Thanks for having me on, and I appreciate it, and I love you, and thank you, for real.
State of black music.
The Esther Rolle
Award.
Looking at my Rollie, it's about that time.
It's Irby time.
My Esther Rolle.
It's Irby time.
There's a lot of things happening. A lot of legends to speak of. So it's gonna be a tricky week, I think. But
it's gonna be tricky.
You know what we do? We nominate someone who gets the Esther Rolle Black Excellence Award, which is an award given to a black entertainer, artist, behind the scenes, business person, whatever that you think is influential but has not gotten the love they deserve. There's lots of people out there that deserve that award. A lot. So let's fight about it. Let's choose violence. Let's go in. Who y'all got this week for the Irby?
So in the spirit of house music, dance music, I'm nominating a person who's no longer with us, but
oh no.
Nominating a person who's no longer with us, but I felt like, even in them being here, they really didn't get the love that they deserve, and they're considered the godfather of house music.
The godfather, you say?
Yeah, he's considered the godfather of house music, and I'm going to nominate Mr. Frankie Knuckles.
Oh yeah,
That's a great one.
Yeah.
Frankie Knuckles.
Like he's had his own albums, done amazing remixes. One of my favorite remixes is the $1 Million Bill remix that he did with Whitney. But
and if you make me feel
Frankie
like
Knuckles is my nomination this week.
All right, Phil, who you got?
Martha Wash. In that same spirit of house and dance.
He said, Martha Wash.
Martha Wash. Even though I was torn between Martha Wash and Andrea Martin because Andrea sung Show Me Love.
Oh, my
for
Lord.
So I was kind of torn, but I'll go with Martha Wash.
Rest in heaven.
With honorable mention and rest in peace to Andrea Martin.
The genius Andrea Martin.
So for me, we were me and Claude was in the car listening to this song called "Bustin' Loose" by Chuck Brown, and I didn't realize how much Nelly used the lyrics of "Bustin' Loose" for "Hiding Here." Like it's most of the song.
Yeah. Did y'all know that?
Yeah, Neptunes. Yeah, VA.
Yeah.
We talking about get on my nerves. Yeah. He's like, Neptune's VA. Moving on.
But I'm saying I'm from the DMV, so I know Go and I know
yeah.
So I remember
DMV.
DMV. Stand up.
Yeah, he's the creator of go-go music. I was in the go-go band at Alabama State. Yeah. Just for briefly, the Washington, D.C. guys at Alabama State started a band. They needed a keyboard player. It's me.
He said it's me.
No, but I want to nominate Mr. Chuck Brown.
Okay.
Chuck Brown, okay. I mean, Chuck, we were going for a whole house theme here, but you're going to...
I know.
I just want to throw the go-go.
It's all black music, right? It's all
subcultures.
Hey,
shout out to Living Color.
Shout out to Kim Wayne. Dang. All right. I'm gonna tell you who I was gonna nominate.
Go ahead and nominate.
It don't have to be
David Guetta.
No, not David Guetta.
Guetta.
I always mess up his name.
Who I was gonna nominate is definitely famous as a dancer and as a big time production presenter artist. I think people sleep on. Is actually a hip hop artist. But who I was gonna nominate, which I'll probably sound crazy, but was MC Hammer.
Okay, that don't sound crazy.
Because I feel like there's a whole period of time where he clearly got clowned because hip hop changed and everything and got a lot more serious and a lot more hood. But he's still one of the biggest selling from that time.
Yeah,
was putting everyone on his tour. Was definitely like a dancer, incorporated a lot of stuff. But he's kind of legendary. Don't get no props at all.
And he was looking out for everybody back then,
which is why he went broke.
Yeah, In Vogue tells a story of how when they opened for him, he made the label didn't give them much tour support, I guess. And he was like, y'all need to have better speakers than what y'all have. Y'all can use my speakers. Like little stuff like that is. Yeah, I love hearing that shit.
So Hammer time. That's 4. Let's see how this pans out. It's kind of complicated. It's gonna be hard.
You got MC Hammer. You got Chuck Brown, Martha Wash,
and Frankie Knuckles.
Ooh. All right, you know how the voting system goes. Don't steal any votes. Don't steal any elections. Let's do this.
Frankie Knuckles.
Show of hands.
1.
Y'all can't do the Godfather house music like that.
Y'all so
I'm gonna
shady.
raise my hand just for the record to show.
All right, two for Frankie Knuckles.
Martha Wash.
3 for Martha.
3 for Martha. Chuck Brown.
Chuck has hand
Chuck
so high.
Chuck is voting
so
for
strong,
Chuck.
so powerful.
Y'all can't do the Chucks like that. You could have got an extra vote.
Oh man, I love the Chuck Brown and MC Hammer. 2. It looks like the incomparable,
the illustrious,
ever present Martha Wash.
Congratulations, Martha, the winner and recipient of this week's Esther Rolle.
She deserves, man.
Black Excellence Award.
If y'all don't do anything, go back. We should get her on here because her story and her legal battles and her and the things about that she's overcome as a woman of color, as a woman of a certain size and all that stuff and popping house is crazy. But in the meantime, Google some of the trials and tribulations of Martha Wash because she's broken down doors and made things legally possible for a lot of artists in the business based off of look and sound and influence. She did a lot. She's a pioneer.
And she's still out here.
What's the Black Box song?
Strike It Up.
That was a golden era right there.
Man. Come on, man.
Come on.
I heard
the 80s, 90s house was crazy.
Was I'm Too Sexy? Was that a house song?
No, that was techno.
Wait.
Someone
said, don't you dare. Wait. Right Said Fred wasn't house? I'm too sexy for my shirt.
I guess you can.
Too sexy
It was the more gentrified house.
Ooh, not gentrified.
State of white music.
So gentrified house is techno, is what you're saying?
Basically.
Oh shit.
Timon says gentrified house music is techno. I learned something new here today.
That's Oontz Oontz music. As people
Oontz Oontz music. Oontz Oontz.
We come up with the dumbest shit. Oontz Oontz music.
They had
it makes so much sense.
The week Beyonce's record dropped, they had a whole everybody had think pieces on Oontz Oontz, and I was just like, wow. Is this what we're debating about? Oontz Oontz.
I wonder who's the first person that called it that.
That's what it sounds like. It's genius.
It's because it really makes sense. Oontz Oontz music.
Oontz 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 Oontz. So stupid. I love us. We creative as hell, man. We make up all kind of funny stuff online.
State of black music.
No, but Phil, that thing that you sent me about Famous Amos, that has to be the saddest story I've ever heard.
Can you tell the story real fast?
Bro, it's so sad.
I didn't check it out. I saw it.
It's so sad. I'm like, I was depressed for like a whole 30 minutes. I shouldn't have seen that shit.
So obviously, the guy that started Famous Amos, he got his got the recipe from his auntie,
a black man,
Wally Amos, but he was a music agent, like that represented like Marvin Gaye and all kind of people.
Yeah, a lot of the Motown actually. Yeah, he was like a big deal.
And so he got tired of being an agent. So he decided. First of all, he used to bring the cookies to all his meetings, which was cool. But when he got tired of being a music agent, Marvin Gaye and a couple other investors helped him open the store, Famous Amos.
You're bugging.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm not playing.
See, I didn't finish watching it.
And so the store become a hit, and he became famous. And so his cookies and his personality.
Like famous, like at the White House famous.
Yeah.
What?
Like crazy famous. But because he got famous, he got in a lot of debt, and so he had to start selling off shares of his off the company. But then he ended up selling the whole company and selling his name.
Stop it!
And basically died broke. And what's his name? What's the name? Sold the
Kellogg,
company.
right?
Kellogg sold it for $1.3 billion.
Yeah,
of course.
A couple years ago.
I mean, this man was living in like a homeless shelter.
He was living in YMCA.
YMCA, there you go, YMCA.
So the original Famous Amos never got any money. Died broke at the YMCA.
And then he went on Shark Tank to try to do another.
Wait, so this is like,
wait, what?
Yeah, he went on Shark Tank to try to do another one, and they was just like, yo, like, you don't own your name no more, so you don't have no value. Yeah.
So this is like recent, because Shark Tank is not like it's not like an old show.
He went on Shark Tank. I don't want to get the years wrong, but it's somewhere between 2004. I think it might have been 2014.
Somewhere right.
So he's still alive.
I don't know. It was hard to determine by that clip we saw online, but it is.
He was at the YMCA, like, on his last leg.
Yeah, for real.
Wow.
When they sold that company for $1.3 billion with his recipe and all, his name. He can't even use his name, bro.
Now I'm pissed off.
It was the saddest story,
and there was like nobody.
I can't eat no more Famous Amos, bro.
Me neither. That's what I thought. They said the same thing. I can't even eat no more of them cookies.
I can't eat them cookies.
I can't.
I did not know that, and I will never.
That man ain't reaping none of the benefits. Like, come on, man.
That has pissed me all the way off. And yet I'm hungry for a cookie. All I want is a cookie in this moment.
Ready go get your ass a Mrs. Fields.
Oh gosh! Damn,
that's sad though.
No, that's sad. Real talk, that's crazy.
But yeah, I didn't know the backstory until I saw. I'm always on IG, and I saw that. I said, wow, he's a music agent. Yeah, that's crazy.
That just pissed me off.
Wally Amos.
Mad respect to Wally Amos, wherever you are, and his family and his legacy. Who deserve billions right now? Did you say, Chuck?
Them some good ass cookies, bro.
Oh no, Wally's still with us, Doc. He's still with us. He's still with us. He's in the land of the living. Yeah, he's still with us.
He's still with us.
Well, shit, since they reversed,
he's 86.
Really? Somebody need to get that man some money.
Since they reversing everything, can they?
Yeah, reverse that shit.
Reverse his. Get that man a check.
See, that's the kind of shit we should be fighting for.
Right.
That man changed the world with his cookies.
He changed the world with his cookies, Lord. And here we are not. He's just an Instagram post.
Jesus, Lord.
Damn. Well, that's the state of black cookies.
Oh no.
That's so fucked up.
That is so mean.
Oh my God.
The state of black cookies. Jesus. The state of black cookies is not looking good.
When they sold the recipe. God damn it.
Are there any other black cookies out there?
Patty got a whole line,
Patty got
man.
cookies?
Patty got cookies?
I don't know, but she got cakes and pies.
She got pancakes now with the syrup and everything.
She got pancakes, Lord.
Licensed her name for those. Is my understanding.
Oh.
He licensed her name to them for those dessert treats. Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
So that's not her recipe?
No.
Now I will tell you a game changer, a sweet potato thing.
Now, Miss Nikki J, we know she black. I done met Nikki J at my friend Paris' wedding in Dallas. Yo, Nikki J is black owned. For those who've never had a sweet potato
I still need
thing,
to.
My God.
it's so good.
So good.
It's like a pie, but like a brownie, and it's just so. But definitely black owned. Sweet potato thing. Go on. What's that site I go on to get it? But yeah, it's.
I tell everyone I know about.
I've only had it at your crib, Phil. Yeah, man. I got to get my own. I would eat the whole thing.
See, that's
Goldbelly. That's why I get it from Goldbelly.
That's the scary part, because if I like it, then I'm probably gonna.
You're gonna like
it. You're gonna like it. It's no way you're not gonna like it.
You're gonna like it.
You're gonna love it.
We're at Phil's one day, and who was with us? Wardell.
Yeah.
And he was kind of acting like he didn't want to.
Like, I don't know.
Shout out Wardell Malloy.
He knew
right?
after he tasted it.
We were like, just try it, Wardell. He's like, I have a sweet tooth. Wardell took one forkful of that sweet potato thing.
Yeah, man, it's a thing.
It's never recovered.
It's a thing, bro.
It is. It's definitely. Nikki J, shout out to you. And I actually met her, man. I was so excited. You would have thought it was.
Where'd you meet her?
It was at my friend's wedding in Dallas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just a few months ago, and she got married. I think it was May. And so I was like, "Hey, I'm Phil from Instagram, Phillionaire." And she was like, "Oh my God, we got to get a photo. Like, you've been supporting me because I literally sent one to all of Destiny's Child over the holidays one year. So I sent Kelly, B, and Michelle because Kelly was, I remember, pregnant at the time. So it was.
Y'all heard it here first. Destiny's Child eats sweet potato thing.
Oh yeah, I guess that wasn't in the NDA. My bad. So
Kelly and Michelle also enjoy the sweet potato thing. There's no reason why you wouldn't like it.
Yeah, it's great.
Just make sure y'all save some for us. Don't be out there buying it all out so we can't get none.
Yeah,
you should tell her to send the podcast some pies.
She will. I hit up Nikki J. I'm telling you, She shows love, but it's the best. It's the best. I feel like I'm doing an advertisement, but this ain't no advertisement. This is really real.
It's real.
We giving a black business, a black dessert business love to counteract the injustice of Famous Amos.
Her name is Nikki
J.
Nikki J. Please keep your name
and keep your recipe.
Keep your recipe and your name, Lord. Please.
I'm gonna order one today.
State of black music.
I mean, I feel like it's important that this summertime we stopped and honored house music like this because it's definitely the moment. That's what everyone's talking about and debating about, and whether black people should be doing it and how much we take ownership of it. Right? Like I've seen so many think pieces and debates online.
Yeah.
About house. I'm like, you could just play it.
Is this a house moment? Is it or is this just a song that's captivating us?
It's a good question.
I hope that it continues to kind of go on.
It's going to go on. House has been around for decades in different forms. I believe we're going to see more of it.
Yeah.
For a minute, but I don't think it's going anywhere.
And we need more tempo, man.
Yeah, we do.
For the last 5 or 6 years, everybody's been.
I agree. You feel what I'm saying to you?
So look, can we go out to everybody?
Everybody,
by
That's
Black Martha.
a good idea.
Yeah.
Everybody,
Because I feel like that's like the song where Martha Wash really.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Man.
Let's do it, man. Until next time, we out of here. House. Oontz Oontz. Love you, Martha.
Mad love.
State of black music.